Pam Bondi's going to jail. I think she's got a good chance to go. She could also lose her license, but if you're going to jail, who cares, right? But at the very least, she could lose her license and not go to jail. Now, what am I talking about? Here's the thing. We have 36 cases that are out there. Out of 36, basically the liberals, us, the Kamala Harris voters, we've won 35. They've tried to get it through the appeals court. They lost. They tried to take them up to the Supreme Court. They're losing. Pam Bondi don't want to be attached with that. Does she want that smoke on behalf of Trump? You know, the first term that he went through, he has lawyers, attorneys who lost their licenses and went to jail. Giuliani lost his license. You don't want to play with your whole career with this guy because he's Teflon Don. The people under him go under. He don't go under. And Pam could be one of the first ones. Why? Because she's a woman. I'll say it. She's a woman. And the Good Old Boy Network will screw you over quick and fast. They won't put them under, but they'll definitely put you under, Pam. I'm telling you, you don't want to do that. That's going to be a big, big mistake. Here's some of the big mistakes you're making. You are having your people sign affidavits saying that Elon's not head of Doge. So why is the President of the United States getting in front of the State of the Union saying he's head of Doge? Why do you still have it in the paperwork in the White House? If you might have snatched it down by now, but it was up there. And then you have the GOP put that in there too, in their paperwork. He's head of Doge by perjury. Okay, not to mention all of this perjury. You're in serious trouble. DOJ's in trouble. They did that deportation anyway. All right, anyway. And, you know, here's what happens. Trump ignores what's going on, and he's going to do whatever he wants to do. But this deportation thing is going to get Bordazar unjobbed and possibly unfreed. And they'll deport him to a jail and deport him from that job. And Pam Bondi, you're going to be attached to all of this paperwork. They're going to bring it back to you. And what's going to happen in a lot of these U.S. attorneys, that's why you had 7 U.S. attorneys resign, said, oh, I ain't got nothing to do with this over in New York, because it's all going to come back to you. The buck stops there. You're going to try to pass it up to the president, but it ain't going to work. I do give Bondi credit for one thing. She's very smart. She is. And hopefully, with right counsel and colleagues, they're telling her, use caution. Because they've basically broken 20-plus times the Constitution. Elon's going to jail. All right? Elon's going to jail. Bordazar's going to jail. Vance could go to jail, but again, he's another slickster. But I'm telling you, Pam Bondi could be going to jail, at the very least losing her license. There are attorneys who've gone to jail and lost their licenses messing around with Trump. We're going to see. Have I earned your subscription? If you're looking at YouTube, you know, looking at Darren Monroe Politics, subscribe over there, okay? If you're on TikTok, you can follow me, but the thing is, we don't know how long TikTok's going to be there. We hear there's talks. If you're over on Instagram, definitely follow me, but I get really wild over on YouTube, and you follow me there, y'all. If I've earned it, I earned it. If I haven't, I haven't. I totally understand. The point is, I talk about 3 things. What the Trump administration is doing. What's the score? Right now, we're 35-1 out of 36 rulings. We are winning. Don't let nobody ever confuse you with that. And then number 3, we talk about the difference between execution and effectiveness. What does that mean, Darren? Basically, he's executed a ton of executive orders, all of this stuff. How effective have they been? Well, with 35 reversals of trillions of dollars, tens of thousands of jobs, and even today, the judge just ordered that you reverse everything you did with USAID, and that it was unconstitutional in several ways. It's not working. His plan is, let me first break the law real quick. Let's see what the judges say. If we lose that, we take it to appeal, and then we take it to the Supreme Court. Well, guess what? Hadn't been working. And then on top of that, you're trying to call for the impeachment of one of these judges while you're in contempt of court because he told you to not deport those hundreds of people to El Salvador, and you did it anyway? Oh, you in trouble, homie. You're in trouble. And then when you do that, you got Justice Roberts, who's supposed to be on your side in the Supreme Court, rebuking you today. Do you really want to take off all of the judges in the judicial branch in a decentralized government where the judicial branch has as much power as the executive branch? Do you really want to do that? Especially when you have hundreds of court cases that you're trying to run through the judicial branch this year. Do you really want to start calling them leftists and all sorts of names? Even though the judges have been from every president appointee in the last 40 years. So basically, you've had your own appointee judges rule against you from the Supreme Court down. You've had Bush, Reagan, Clinton, Biden, Obama. That's not leftists. That's justice. And they coming for those assets, my brother. And you're playing games. That's what this is about. So again, have I earned your subscription? I think I said that before. If you're at Darren Monroe Politics on YouTube, and if you aren't, get over there. If you're on TikTok, definitely follow me. As long as we have a TikTok. We don't know. And then if you're on Instagram, definitely follow me. I'm on other social medias like Blue Sky and Clapper and Substack. I have a Substack. But the point is, follow me because I'm talking about 3 core things. I like to repeat this over and over for people who talk about, well, you're saying bad things, but I'm not seeing any of the real. Here's the thing. I'm going to talk about the bad thing. I'm going to talk about who's fighting. Like the judicial branch, the AGs. We got 22 states that have been suing like that, including here in the great state of Illinois, Chicago, Chi-Town Bears down, Walter Payton, greatest football player ever. And we have people fighting back. And here's the score. We're winning 35 out of 36. Tell me we're not winning. Well, they're pushing stuff. I'm like, listen, everything's going back. People getting their jobs back. FBI, CIA, IG, all have gotten their jobs back. And they reversed it. You know why they reversed it? Because if you try this mess, you're going to lose. That's why Pam Bondi could be going to jail. And her U.S. attorneys are in trouble too. Yeah, it's on. You want smoke with the judicial branch, you're going to lose. Because they may not get Trump, but everybody under Trump is going to catch all sorts of hell. Follow me for more.